All right, all right.
Okay. Hi, you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So Terence Crawford, he came out and he actually gave his thoughts on Jaron Ennis's performance, his rematch against Karen Jukachan. And instead of tearing him down, he actually gave Jaron words of encouragement. He said, "I did see the fight, but I heard about it. Stay focused and keep working on your craft. Every night's not going to be the same. Never get too comfortable in this game if you're trying to get to the MECCA of the sport. Stay on your mission because all it takes is one slip up." You know, there was a time when Terence Crawford, he was saying he didn't want to fight Sean Porter because Sean Porter was his friend. And you had some fans trying to interpret that as Crawford avoiding him. But then when Sean Porter started pushing for the fight, Crawford fought him right away, and we seen what happened. Now, I also remember a couple years ago when Crawford was trying to make the Errol Spence fight, whenever he was asked about Jaron Ennis or fighting Jaron Ennis, he always made it sound like, after he gets past Errol Spence, he wanted Jamel Charlo. And I was looking for the clip, but I couldn't find it. But he basically says something implying that after he beats Errol Spence, he's passing the torch to Jaron Ennis. Like basically saying that Jaron Ennis, he's going to be the next generation at the welterweight division, and Crawford, he's going to move on. And when you listen to Terence Crawford's post reacting to this fight, that's exactly what it sounded like. It didn't sound like Jaron Ennis was Crawford's rival. It sounded more like he was looking out for Jaron Ennis and rooting for him. So like I told you guys, I believe when Crawford did those interviews years back before he fought Errol Spence, he was looking at it like he's going to pass the torch to Jaron Ennis and then move to 154. And then, of course, you had some fans saying that, Crawford, he needs to fight Jaron Ennis. And I've always told you guys the difference from Crawford fighting Errol Spence and fighting Jaron Ennis is Crawford and Errol Spence, they were both considered pound for pound top 5, one of the best fighters in the world. And once again, Crawford, he had already said like 2 years ago, his plan was to beat Errol Spence, become undisputed at the welterweight division, and then move up to 154, beat Jamel Charlo, and become undisputed at 154. And now, present day, Crawford is now the junior middleweight champion, and Jamel Charlo, he's out of the picture. And Boots is still at 147, and he's already said that he wants to become undisputed at 147, which makes sense for him to try to become undisputed at 147 before he moves up to 154. Now, we just seen him fight against Jukachan in a rematch, and after that performance, I think we all can agree that he is not ready to move up to 154, fight Terence Crawford, and honestly, he may never be ready to fight against Terence Crawford. This is not the first fight where we've seen holes in Jaron Ennis's game. This is actually the second fight in a row. Even when he fought Avanesian, he was getting caught with a lot of clean shots. Now, it would be normal for Jaron Ennis to be getting caught with all those shots if he was Virgil Ortiz or Teofimo Lopez, but this is Jaron Ennis we're talking about. But in his defense, Bud was also getting caught with a few shots, clean shots, by the way, against Avanesian as well. Avanesian, he does do a good job of punching with you, just like Jukachan was doing. Now, of course, Crawford, he got caught with a couple of good clean shots when he fought against Madrimov, but Madrimov, I believe, is a much better fighter than an Avanesian and a better fighter than Jukachan. The point is, Jaron Ennis, he's not as flawless as we thought he was, and the good news for Ennis is this might give welterweights more confidence to get in the ring with Ennis, because we know there's been guys and champions in that weight class that have been avoiding him. Now, and I've already told you guys in my last video about Boots, there's a chance that Jukachan, he might actually be the toughest opponent at 147 for Boots. Everybody else might be an easier fight. After the way Jukachan looked in that fight, he's going to be a serious problem for everybody else at 147 or everyone else who moves up to 147. And as for Boots, he better really tighten up on his defense, especially if he's talking about moving up to 154, because he might be able to get away with those holes in his armor at 147, but not at 154. With that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, Visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs and defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com. All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes,
Fever blisters, diabetic ulcers.
this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called LO Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to LODkey.com.
Like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.